There are brand new vehicles sitting on dealership lots right now with $10,000, $12,000, even $18,000 in incentives attached to them, and buyers are still walking past them. If you've ever wondered whether a massive discount is actually a bargain, or just the market warning you about something, this video is going to save you money. And if this kind of no BS automotive breakdown is what you're looking for, hit subscribe. That's all we do here. Here's the real question. If a manufacturer slashes the price of a brand new car and buyers still aren't buying it, what does the market know that you don't? Sometimes it's overproduction, sometimes it's bad timing, sometimes it's depreciation concerns. Sometimes there really is a reason experienced buyers are staying away. The answer changes depending on the vehicle. And that's exactly what we're going to figure out today. 1. Hyundai Ioniq 9. The $18,000 question. We're starting here because this one has the number that stops people cold. Some July 2026 lease programs on the Ioniq 9 have come with incentive support approaching $18,000. And I need to be straight with you about what that actually means, because dealers are counting on you not to know. Lease cash is not $18,000 off the purchase price. It's manufacturer support built into the lease structure to lower your monthly payment. You don't pocket that money. You get a lower payment on a vehicle you don't own. So why does a brand new, genuinely impressive large electric SUV need this level of support? A few reasons, none of them about the car falling apart. First, Hyundai is asking buyers to spend premium SUV money on a nameplate most Americans associate with affordable commuters. That's a tough sell overnight. Second, the competition is brutal. Tesla, Rivian, the Kia EV9, traditional luxury brands, and gas or hybrid three-row SUVs that buyers already trust. Third, EV depreciation is real. Battery tech moves fast, and used car buyers know that what's impressive today can look dated in 3 years. That uncertainty keeps new buyers hesitant. If you're leasing with home charging and you understand what you're signing, a heavily subsidized lease can legitimately make sense. You're not carrying the depreciation, the leasing company is. When it ends, you walk away. But if you're buying outright, you own whatever the used car market decides this thing is worth in 5 or 6 years. That big number at the top of the ad doesn't protect you from any of that. 2. Kia EV9. When good isn't enough. The EV9 got real attention when it arrived. 3 rows, bold styling, solid interior space, good technology. Lease incentives have reached around $12,000 in some programs. Inventory keeps building anyway. Here's what I keep coming back to. The EV9 isn't struggling because it's bad. It's struggling because of what it's competing against. A family shopping for a 3-row vehicle isn't just cross-shopping other EVs. They're looking at gas SUVs, hybrids, minivans, used luxury vehicles, and, increasingly, other discounted EVs. That's a crowded, price-sensitive field. And when you're talking about a $60,000 vehicle financed over 72 months, buyers get careful. Here's the thing I want you to think about. Picture the person who buys your vehicle used from you in 5 years. Is that future buyer going to feel confident about a used EV? Do they know what a battery replacement costs? What the warranty covers after it ends? If that buyer is nervous, your depreciation is going to be worse than you planned for, even if the car never gave you a single problem. Battery failure doesn't need to be guaranteed for this to matter. The uncertainty is enough. Used car buyers discount for uncertainty. Always have. A $12,000 lease incentive can offset a lot of that risk. But only for the person leasing, not for someone financing long-term and expecting to sell in a few years. 3. Volkswagen for a model no longer being actively developed in the US is a legitimate long-term question. And perception alone can destroy resale value even when the vehicle itself continues running fine. I've watched people save $5,000 at the front door and lose 20 out the back. If you're financing 72 or 84 months expecting to trade in a few years, run those depreciation numbers before you get excited about the discount. Volkswagen isn't going anywhere, but what the market is willing to pay for a discontinued EV in 3 years is a real variable you need to account for. 4. Honda Prologue, the badge that raises expectations. This one is interesting specifically because of what the Honda name usually means to American buyers. People trust Honda. Accord owners with 200,000 miles who've never had a major repair. Civics that just refuse to quit. That reputation is real and it's earned. So when a Prologue sits on the lot with about $8,500 in lease cash and slow-moving inventory, it surprises people. The Honda badge is supposed to fix this kind of problem. Except Volkswagen ID.4, the discontinued discount. The ID.4 situation is different because this isn't just about incentives. It's about what happens when a manufacturer changes course midstream. Volkswagen ended U.S. production of the ID.4 in 2026. Dealers still have inventory sitting with floor plan costs ticking. There's approximately $6,000 in customer bonus cash on 2026 models, and market day supply is extremely high. Far more inventory than the current sales pace can move in any normal time frame. That's negotiating leverage. A motivated dealer with aging inventory will often go well below the advertised incentive if you push. That part is real. But here's what I want you to understand. A $6,000 discount feels great the day you buy it. What it doesn't do is protect you from what comes after. There's no next generation IDR4 coming to refresh buyer interest. No updated version to make yours feel current. Software support. The Prologue isn't quite the Honda buyers expect. It was developed through a partnership with General Motors and runs on GM's Ultium platform. That's not necessarily an engineering problem, but it's a very different ownership experience from the Honda ecosystem that loyal buyers have trusted for decades. Honda loyalists are loyal specifically to how those cars work and how they get serviced. And this one is different. Now add the production ends after the 2026 model year, and you have a used car situation in 4 or 5 years where buyers are going to have complicated questions. Parts availability, software updates, dealer familiarity with a discontinued platform built on someone else's architecture. Those questions don't guarantee problems, but they do depress resale values. I'm not saying this vehicle breaks down. I'm asking, who's going to want to buy it from you in 6 years, and how much are they going to want to pay? That answer is your real cost of ownership. For a lease, incentive in place, home charging, predictable mileage, what was once practical transportation now routinely stickers at $60,000, $65,000, $70,000 and up. That's luxury car money. When interest rates make those numbers even heavier to carry monthly, a lot of buyers who would have pulled the trigger a few years ago simply can't make the payment work. Manufacturers kept building at full pace. Now the inventory needs to move. A $3,500 rebate on a $70,000 truck still leaves you spending $56,000 plus odds before interest, insurance, fuel, and tires. The rebate is real. It doesn't make the truck cheap. What it does do is give you leverage, and that's actually where a smart buyer wins. When a dealer is motivated, a buyer who negotiates on the actual selling price, not the monthly payment, understands the difference between manufacturer rebates and dealer discounts, and is willing to walk away can do very well in this market. I've seen it happen, but know what you actually need the truck to do. A contractor towing equipment every day has completely different needs. This can genuinely make sense. You don't carry the depreciation, you enjoy the vehicle, you walk away. That's exactly how you take advantage of a situation like this. Buying outright and expecting Accord-like long-term value? That's where the Honda badge might take you somewhere unexpected. 5 Ram 1500, the one nobody expected. Here's the one that catches people off guard because this isn't some niche EV. It's a Ram 1500, one of the most recognizable trucks in America. Incentives on certain configurations have reached approximately $13,500 in consumer rebates through some July 2026 programs. Trim, region, financing choice, and eligibility all affect the actual number. But the fact that this level of support exists on a truck this popular tells you something important about where the full-size pickup market is right now. Here's what happened. Truck prices climbed dramatically over the last decade. Needs from someone commuting solo. Don't pay for capability you'll never use just because the discount made a $70,000 truck feel affordable. The thing that connects all 5. These are 5 different vehicles with 5 different stories, but the same lesson runs through all of them. The discount is not the deal. The total picture is the deal. A $15,000 discount on a $70,000 vehicle still means you spent $55,000. You didn't make $15,000, you spent $55,000. That sounds obvious, but I watch people lose sight of it every time a big red number appears on a window sticker. For the Ioniq 9 and EV9, lease with home charging, and the math can actually work in your favor. Buying outright means owning the depreciation risk. Slow down before you commit. For the ID.4, high inventory gives you real negotiating leverage, but discontinued means real resale questions. Pay cash and keep it long term, or run the numbers very carefully on a long finance term. For the Prologue, probably the cleanest lease opportunity on this list. Don't expect Accord level long term value if you buy it. For the Ram 1500, the market is in your favor right now. Negotiate on price, not payment. Know what you actually need. Don't let a $3,500 rebate make a $65,000 truck feel like a $40,000 decision. None of these are necessarily bad vehicles. Some of them are genuinely good. But a good vehicle and a good financial decision are two separate conversations. The biggest discount on the lot is either the best negotiating opportunity you'll find this year, or the market warning you about depreciation you haven't calculated yet. Learning to tell the difference is the thing that actually protects your money. Now drop it in the comments. What are you driving? Year, model, mileage, and whether you'd buy it again. And out of these 5, which one would you actually consider if the price dropped far enough? Especially if you already own one of them, I want to hear from you. Your real-world experience beats any spec sheet. If this is the kind of straight talk you're looking for, hit like and subscribe. See you in the next one.